tea time with Tracey and friends. I just had a shower. I'm all shiny and creamy. It takes a while to soak in, but I really literally just got out of the shower and put some fresh clothes on, pit stick and moisturized and all that stuff. So I want to do my TBR for February. It is February 1st. I'll show you the books I read in January. I'm not going to get into them all. I had 10 books maybe. I didn't read them all. I read Iron and Flame. It's the second book in the Empyrean series. It's about a 4. I read Fourth Wing in December, Iron Flame in January. They're just fun popcorn kind of reads for me. I think I like Fourth Wing better than Iron Flame, but I did enjoy this. It's probably like a 4. They're both about a 4. Heartbreaker by Claudia Day. This is a cult book. It didn't blow my socks off, about a 3. If you like the 80s and references to the 80s, this would be a good one for you. Gabriel's Inferno. This is the first book, and I don't know what the series is called, but I think there's 4 books in the series. I have 2 of them. This is about a 3. It's a taboo romance, student, teacher, university level. It was okay. It's very, I wouldn't find either one of these people attractive, but I will read the next one if I so choose. Cujo. I got this from the library. This is my book, but I got the audio from the library. This is a 4-star Stephen King horror, rabid dog, etc. Really enjoyed it. Wicked by Gregory Maguire. This is a fantasy. I'm not a big fantasy reader. I enjoyed this. This is about a 4-star. There's other books in this series. I didn't realize this was a series. I mean, I do have the second book, Son of a Witch, but I thought it was just those 2 books. I guess there's more than that. So I look forward to exploring more into this series. The Devil of Nanking by Mo Hader. I think I got this for grief. There is grief elements in this. It's a thriller with horrific elements in it. Enjoyed it. I'd say it's about 4. Blood Fury. This is the third book in the Black Dagger Brotherhood Legacy series. I think it's the 3rd book. I forget. I'll put it down below. I'm kind of biased. I really like J.R. Ward, and it's in the Black Dagger Brotherhood universe. So, did that one. I'm determined to read all of J.R. Ward, Black Dagger Brotherhood universe books. I did not read Anne Rice, The Vampire Lestat. I'm a little ways into it. I never continued it. I do plan on continuing it, but I just haven't. I want to, though, really bad. I just ran out of time. Jodi Ellen Melpez. I didn't finish this. I'm about halfway through. I do plan on finishing this. I'll finish it in February, but it's a big old chunker book. I'm about halfway through. It's super spicy, though. There's probably more spice in this book than the other 3 books, but it's okay. The girls are kind of getting on my nerves, and the boys, but I don't know. I do plan on finishing this book. It's the 4th book in the Unlawful Men series. I did not read 11/22/63 by Stephen King. Big old chunker. I do want to read this really bad this year. I just haven't. I ran out of time. I did. January was a messed up month. And I did not read The Winter People by Jennifer McCammon. I really want to read this during the winter season, so maybe in February. I don't know. It's not that big. It's a horror book. I did not finish that. So I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and a half books. Oh, another one I didn't finish was The Butterfly Garden by Dot Hutchinson. I have it in audio. And I really want to read that book too, but I just ran out of time. But I did read quite a lot this month. But I can put the ones I did finish away. For any books, what I'm going to do this year, any books I don't finish in a TBR, I'm making a spin wheel of just the books that I didn't finish in my TBR. So if I get, I don't know, I have a thing here, TBR wheel. I haven't developed any 2026 TBR wheels this year, like Beefcake or 26 and 26. I might end up doing that. It's just December was a huge plot twist, and I just did not have anything in me to do anything. Anyway, so if I get a queen, I will spin the wheel that has all the books I did not finish in my TBRs, and I'll read one of those. So let's get right into the game for the month of February. Okay, so I'm playing the deck of TBR. I got this inspiration for this game from Becca Books and Bujo here. She plays this game. Mine's a little different. We don't read nearly the same sorts of books, but I really love watching her channel because she has a lot of different games, and I just thought the game was cool, so I made a version of it for myself. So I have a deck of cards here. I'll shuffle it 3 times, take a card. If it's like the 3 of diamonds, I go down to, it starts at 2, so 3 over to diamonds. There's a prompt here, shifter. I take that off, find a book that's a shifter book, and then I have a honey pot that I replace that and put the card back in the deck. If I get a ace, king, queen, or jack, those don't take off. The top one is random generator for 1 shelf. Pet pick, that TBR books that I didn't finish, and play your TBR by Gavin Reads It All. If I get a joker, beefcake, I'm gonna probably just read a book that's over 500 pages, like an intimidating book. So I don't have a list of those, but I have a lot of books that are intimidating, 11, 22, 63 being one of them. So anyways, I'm gonna do this. I do keep track. If I get 3 of the same number or suit, I add a roll, and I plan on doing 10. I usually do 10, but I do want to finish this one just to get it off my plate, but we'll see. And I do have a book that's out from Libby. I haven't even looked at it. It's not my usual. It's a contemporary romance. Okay, Jack, play your TBR. The first off the bat. All right, we got to go downstairs to do that. I have a bookcase downstairs to pick a couple books from. Okay. Oh, just a minute. Is somebody coming downstairs? I don't think so. Okay. Book I would like to read is Dane's Mark. It's the last book in the Breed series by Laura Lee, and that would wrap up a series. I've been reading every book in the series, and I think there's 31 or 32 books. This is the last one I got to do. Just a minute. Okay, we're back upstairs. I just had people coming and going, so this is a book I do want to read. This is a book I've had for a couple of years. It was on last year's shelf to read. I never got around to it, and I think maybe the shelf before. This is like a dystopian apocalyptic kind of book. I believe it's follows an older Asian couple, and there's some disease, epidemic, or pandemic, that there's something. Just a minute. Oh, I think people forget who they are and maybe go a bit crazy, but this older couple escape way out into the wilderness somewheres and try to get away from this because they love each other and they don't want to forget each other, and everything sounds good about that. I don't know why I haven't read it, but I don't know. I just haven't read it, so this would wrap us a series, and this would just be a book that, I don't know, I've been procrastinating about reading. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so high or low? Okay, so this is a king, and I got to decide whether this is higher or lower. I'm going to say lower. Ace is high. Ace is high. Ace is high. 6. Ooh, that's a tricky one. I'm going to say higher. 8. I'm going to say, oh God. Now, if I lose, I read this one. If I win, I read this one. Higher? Oh, it's lower. Okay, so the Book of M. Okay, so like I had said before, but 2 years later, Ori and his wife Max have escaped their forgetting by hiding in an abandoned hotel deep in the woods outside of Arlington, Virginia. Their new life feels almost normal until the greatest fear happens to them, and Max's shadow disappears. Oh, I think their shadow disappears, which is the sign that they're getting this plague. Knowing that the more she forgets, the more dangerous she will become to the person most precious to her. Max runs away while Ori is out foraging for supplies, but he refuses to give up what little time they have together. So, yeah, a heartbreaking love story of some sort, I guess. There's both of them. The Book of M by Ping Shepherd. Okay. Oh, I gotta write down Jack, so I'm putting the Jack back in here. Oops, one. And I don't take these off, so I don't have to switch anything. Five of hearts. So 1, 2, 3. No, 2, 3, 4, 5 hearts. A hockey. Hockey. Ew. Okay, I put my hair up because it was driving me crazy. I looked on my audio library. It was the Fairview Hockey series. I think there's only 2 audiobooks out. I don't know if there's more, but this is book 2. Last year I listened to or read Until I Get You. I wrote it down. Until I Get You. So I'm on book 2, and I should see if there's any more in this series, because if not, I'll be all caught up. Yes, so I would be all caught up. So this just follows, I think her name is Phineas, or maybe Phineas is the boy. Anyways, there's a one-night stand, and then I think 3 years later, like the jock guy is an egotistical thirst trap walking with a beard and big old broad, probably handsome looking fella. And he had rules, like if he has one night stands, no information exchanged, nothing like that. But 3 years later, he comes back to town and is looking for her for answers for something, which it doesn't explain in the synopsis what he's looking for. But I'm assuming they get together after that. I did enjoy the first book more than I thought I was going to, even though the man really annoyed me at first because he was like a cocky jock, and I'm just like, annoying. There's no way I'd give somebody. Anyways, it was a little darker than some other hockey romances that I've read, and yeah, I enjoyed it. So this is book 2. I'll be all caught up, and that would be quite exciting. Okay, so I need to put, I gotta get a new thing to put on here. Org. Yes, I do have some org romances, so maybe. Ooh. And then this is where I put the used ones. I've only done it in January, so there's not many. So I've put that hockey in here until the end of the year, or when I use all of these up. So I'm putting that 5 back in, 3 shuffles, and then we'll do it again. Okay. 4 of hearts. Oh, well, right there. 4. Vehicle on the cover. Oh, I don't know. See, that Book of M would have worked because there's a bus on there, but let me see if I can find something. Okay, I didn't want to go downstairs to look. It's February, Valentine's, etc. So I thought I'd try to get a couple of romances on here if possible. I do have a hockey one, which, whatever, but here's The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker. I read The Wolf's Hotel by her, that series last year. I think it was by her. The Wolf's Hotel. There's, I don't know, 4, maybe 5 books in it. They're not long books, and I enjoyed it. Like, they were popcorn kind of romances, and I enjoyed it. This has a vehicle. It has a plane on the cover. I was like, that 116223, no, 112362. Whatever that big book is. Stephen King has a car on it. I'm like, I don't want to commit to something like that right now if I can help it. So this follows Callie Fletcher. She's 26 years old. She has an estranged relationship with her father who lives in Alaska. She was born in Alaska, but her mother couldn't stand living there when she was a baby and took her to live in Toronto, I think. And when Callie gets word that her father is ill, she feels like she has to go back to Alaska to kind of mend this estranged relationship. And the pilot, I believe, is the love interest for Callie because he's the one that's helping keep her father's pilot business, transportation business going. And he loves Alaska, would never leave, but those two kind of get on each other's nerves, but they become friends and probably more. But then she's thinking she doesn't want to repeat what her mother did, fall in love with somebody in Alaska who wouldn't leave, and, you know, etc. So I think this is the start of a series, and I only have the first book. I might have the second book in Kindle though. But anyways, The Simple Wild. Okay, so I'm going to replace vehicle on the cover. I'll put that in that other honey pot, and we'll put on food or drink on cover. Okay, I have 2 books out from the library because I checked those books that I had. I have Legends of Lattes by Travis something, and I think Ali Hazelwood one, I think. But neither one of those had vehicle on the cover. So I just thought, oh, I could use one of those because I do want to read at least one library book a month. Okay, 3 shuffles. Magda, what are you doing in there? King. Oh, it's Pet Pick. Oh, that's exciting. Ooh, Boris or Magda. Let me see. I'm going to pick 3 books. Okay. Gotta put those. Boris, for heaven's sakes. It's Boris that's up here, so he'll do it. So I picked Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinborough. I've never read her before, but my eldest son said him and his fiance seen the movie and it was really good. I said, oh, I think I have the book. So I thought, I'll do that. He smells the treat. I have duck treats. That. A Simple Plan by Scott Smith. I think he did The Ruins, and I really enjoyed that book. And I think this is a heist of some sort, maybe. Anyways, thriller. And Onyx Storm. It's that 3rd book in the Imperium series, and I'll be all caught up in that series. Like the 4th Wing, Iron Flame, Onyx Storm. So we're going to do that. I'll put the big one in the middle. Force that. Oh, you gotta wait a minute. I broke it up in little pieces in case Magda came. They're just little duck treats. Stay. Stay. You're gonna go for the first one, which that's fine, but I'm gonna do it this way. And I'm gonna hold him back. Can you still see that? You can. Wait. He's a big old boy. Come over here. Just a minute. Oh my gosh. Okay. Go pick. Oh, now he's not moving. Come here. Okay. It's Behind Her Eyes. Eat the other ones. Here. And here. Okay, so I don't even know what this is about at all. Meet Louise. She's a hardworking single mom stuck in a rut. One rare night out, she meets a man at a bar and sparks fly. Though he leaves after they kiss, Louise is thrilled to have finally connected with somebody. When she arrives at the office on Monday, Louise meets David, her new boss, and it's the man from the bar. The very married man from the bar, who now says that their kiss was a terrible mistake, even if he still can't keep his eyes off his new secretary. Then Louise meets Adele, who's new in town and in need of a friend. She seems to be deathly scared of her husband, who happens to be David. How did Louise end up drawn into this couple's orbit, and how will she ever find her way out? The only thing that Louise knows for sure is that something in David and Adele's marriage is very, very wrong. And how could she have ever imagined just how far her husband and wife might go to protect their secret? All right, so a messed up couple, I guess. Behind her eyes. That doesn't really say a whole lot, but thank you, Boris, for picking that one. I'm putting that back in. I'll mark the king. Queen. Oh, it's that wheel. It's that wheel that I did. I need a screen record. Okay, so record. 2, 1. Okay, so I'm in a little bubble now. I'm going to shuffle 1, 2, 3, and I'll make it big, and we'll spin. Okay. Okay, I'm getting the big boy. It's like over 800 pages. I will probably get it in audio. There's questions at the end, like if this was a book club and stuff like that, but it's fiction, but it's about the JFK assassination, and I think a time traveler that goes back in time to try to save him or stop the assassination. That's probably part of the story. I don't know anything else about it, but there. I guess I'm gonna be trying this one again this month, so good. 5. I had 1 5 already. Okay. 5 of spades. Non-fiction. Okay. Yeah, okay. I have one. It's called Chernobyl by Sir Hill. I don't know how to say his last name. Here. I have it in audio, and I've been wanting to read this book. And it's non-fiction. I believe it's about the Chernobyl disaster. And Chernobyl is one of those fascinating points I've researched a number of times. It's just, I don't know, it piques my interest, and to learn about it, and documentaries and interviews and all that sort of thing. Anyways, this book is out. It's non-fiction. I think it's about the Chernobyl disaster, and I have this in my Herkid readathon that I'm doing. So, there. Non-fiction. I'm just going to write down so I will remember. Chernobyl. Okay. So. And that's 2 5s. If I get another 5, I will have to do another pull. So putting non-fiction in. Oh, I put that in the wrong one. This is the new. Are you coming up?
Yeah, I was going to come up and talk to you.
All right, just a minute. Okay. A mystery. Okay. Six of spades. 6. Philosophical theme. Philosophical theme. Okay, I had different options. I had a book Emerson. He was a philosopher. I have books by Alan Watts, which he is an amazing seminar. I mean, yeah, thanks, but I forgot I had like this paperback, The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday. I have another one, The Obstacle is the Way or something, but I have been on my journaling kick this year, and I have like a daily dump journal, I have a card journal, I have a tracker and stuff. Anyways, this is a year's worth. Is it a year? Yes. So I'm not going to read this whole book, but I kind of missed January. I'll just go into January of 2027. But there's a passage for every day of the month, and it's even labeled up at the top. So for February 1st, for the hot-headed man, keep this thought handy when you feel a fit of rage coming on. It isn't manly to be enraged. Rather, gentleness and chivalry are more human and therefore manlier. I mean, this is by Marcus Aurelius, if you know about Stoicism. Anyways, so I think I'm going to add this to my yearly thing. There's philosophical elements to this, and I will read a page every day this month and probably for the rest of the year, because I'll just put this with my journals that I do daily, and I will get a little taste of Stoicism with my thing. So it's not going to be this whole book, because I'm not going to jump ahead into March, April, May, June, July, etc. But I'll read February's chapter, and since I missed January, it'll just go into January of 2027. I bought this book secondhand. Somebody already highlighted in it, but maybe I'll go back and read January 2. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll read 2 so I can catch up. But I think that'll work. That'll work. LGBTQ plus rep. Okay. 7 of clubs. 7 clubs. A domestic thriller. That's probably what I already picked. I wanted to try to get some romances on here, because a domestic thriller. Okay, I'm doing another audio. I read the first book in the Will Trent series in December, called, starts with a T, I forget, but the second book is called Fractured. I think there's 8 or 9 books in the Will Trent series. I didn't even know it was a show. Anyways, I have book 2 in Audible. I'm gonna read that. It's kind of a domestic thriller, crime, fiction, whatever. It follows this desirable neighborhood. There's a crime. The police come, and in the teenage girl's bedroom, there's a dead man that the mother killed with her bare hands. Will Trent is a detective, and he sees more than the average police officer does, and kind of takes over the case. The mother is there, probably in shock because she killed somebody who was in her daughter's bedroom. So kind of domestic thriller-y. I do not have the paperback of this. I do have some of the books in paperback, but not this one. So, Will Trent, Fractured. Concept of fate, like fated mates or a destiny to be fulfilled. Four of Hearts. This is this. No, I didn't get a 4 yet. 4. Yes, I did get a 4. Why? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. So that's 2. Food or drink on the cover. All right. I'm going to do that Legends and Lattes, because I believe there's a drink on the cover. I have no idea what this is about at all. Like, nothing. A cafe with an orc or a monster of some sort. I don't know if it's a romance. I have no idea. So I'm going to leave it like that. I have it from the library audio. Legends and Lattes by Travis somebody. And it's got a lot of hype. I think it's the first book in whatever that series is called. And yeah. Well, that's exciting. I get to use up one of my Libby books. I don't want to look at it, but some of them stick together. Disability rep. A jack. Let's play your TBR again. Goodness sakes. Okay. So I would like to start this year. I want to start series willy-nilly. Like, I don't want to hold myself to any restrictions. Had these books for a while. I had the whole series, I think. They're not very long. It's a romance in a school. I don't think it's high school. I certainly hope not. No, Callum at his wedding night. I don't know. I think it's mafia, maybe crime. But Sophie Lark, I don't think I've read anything by her. And I have a couple of her series. Anyways, this is one I'd like to read. Pepper Winters. I have the 2 books in this series. I think there's only 2. It's a motorcycle romance. Motorcycle romances aren't really my thing. They really gotta hit just right for me to like them. Anyways, so I've had this for a while. I haven't picked it up. It's a romance. Either way, I'll be reading a romance. But I'll give another motorcycle one a chance if I lose. So, I'm not a very good shuffler. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. King. I'm going to say lower. 5. I'm going to say higher. Joker. I don't know what Joker is supposed to be. I'm going to say neutral. So higher or lower than 5, I'm going to say higher. And it's not. So ruin and rule. Okay. This follows. It doesn't say her name. She is a woman divided. Her past, present, and future are twisted as the lies she lived for the past 8 years. Desperate to get the truth, she must turn to the one man who is also her greatest enemy. He's the president of the Pure Corruption MC, a heartless biker, retribution deliverer. He accepts no rules, obeys no one, and lives only to reap revenge on those who wronged him. And now he has stolen her body and soul. Can a woman plagued with mystery fall in love with a man who refuses to face the truth? And can the man drenched in darkness forego the quest for vengeance and finally find redemption? I don't know what this is about, but it's a motorcycle group, so hopefully it's good. It's kind of a chunk. Over 452 pages, so anyways, I'll give it a whirl and see. I do have book 2 though, too, so. 10 of spades. 10, a zombie. Okay. Zombie. Okay, I have different zombie series, but I've had this one for a while. David Moody, I think it's zombie. So the first book is Hater. And I forget which order they go in, but I have books. But this is the first one. I just had to look it up. Society is rocked by a sudden increase in the number of violent assaults on individuals. Christened haters by the media. The attackers strike without warning, killing all of who cross their path. 100 random attacks become thousands and hundreds of thousands. It soon becomes clear that everyone, that irrespective of race, class, or any difference, has a potential to become a victim or a hater. People are afraid to go to work, afraid to leave their homes, increasingly afraid that at any moment their friends, even their closest family, could turn on them ultra-violent intent. Waking up each morning, no matter how well defended anyone, must now consider the fact that the end of the end of the day, they might be dead or become a killer themselves. As the status quo shifts, attack first, ask questions later becomes the order of the day. Only the answers might be far different than what you expect. In the tradition of H.G. Wells and Richard Matheson, Hater is one of the man's story of his place in a world gone mad, a world infected by fear, violence, and hate. I don't know if it's zombies, but I'm assuming there's something that turns people into crazy maniacs. So I'm going to count this. This is the beginning of a series. It's not too long. I enjoy zombie stuff. They're very enjoyable to me. Yeah, so Hater by David Moody. Captive. King. Pet pick again. Oh, well, Magda is up with her sister, so it's going to be Boris again. He's a big boy. He can handle it. I'm going to pick the ones that I had in different lineups today. So Onyx Storm, Brutal Prince, and Dane's Mark. Two of them would wrap up or catch me up with a series. Sophie Lark would begin a series. So I have one of these. Yeah, he already knows. No, I'm going to break it in 3, and then you pick a book. Just wait. Wait. Okay, come here, Boris. Come here. Can you hold him for a second just so I can put stuff on these books? Stay.
He got his collar off.
Oh, for goodness sakes. Onyx Storm. Okay. You silly boy. All right. There, get this one. Get this one. Okay, I'll show you. Yeah, there's no more treats. Magda, you missed it. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to hunt you all over. I'm going to put this back. Yeah, I don't have to replace anything. So, it's king. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Did I miss one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Chernobyl and Legends and Lattes. I do need one more, for goodness sakes. All right, and then I'll be done. So yeah, Onyx Storm follows Violet. You meet her in the first book. She's the daughter of like an army. This is fantasy romance. Fantasy romance. Anyways, dragons. A school for training dragon riders, and she has a disability. And yeah, anyways, I can do that one. Oh my goodness, pet pick again. And is that 3? That is 3. Well, I will get Magda this time. And before I do that, I'm gonna just do the last one, so I know, because I need to go downstairs to get a treat and everything. We'll just do the last one, and then we'll do the pet pick. Ah. Well, it would start over anyways, so. But, well, I guess they both get it. But I just don't, yeah, Magda and Boris both do it. God's sake. Okay, they both know I got treats in my hand. Wait. So I picked Get Away From My Books Like That. This is book 2 in the Off Balance series by Lucia Franco. There's that Dane's Mark, the last book in the Breed series. Taming Serafine by Gigi Sticks. I don't know what that's about. The second book in the Org series by Finley Finn, The Heiress and the Orc, and this is the next book in the reading order of the Black Dagger Brotherhood universe, The Thief. So I'm going to put treats on all of these, and the first two that they get is what I will try to read. All right. Watch out. Back. Back. Boris, for heaven's sakes. No. 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 Wait. 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 No. Okay. Hold Boris, and then I'll bring her over here. Don't let him go yet. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Let him go.
I think they're just getting the closest one.
They probably will. All right. The Org and Dane's Mark. There. Okay. Well, this is book 2 in the series. They're like happily ever after. And this will wrap up a series. So great. Okay, so I have my books. These are placeholders. For Chernobyl by Sir Hill something. That.
Baby, come on.
Legends and Lattes by Travis something. Ryan Holiday, The Daily Stoic. I'll read the journal entries daily. A Thriller, Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinborough. The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker. A zombie book, Haters by David Moody. An org book by Finley Fenn. I think this follows, this follows Ella, who's part of a royal family in this world, and she, I believe, is engaged to somebody, but on the night of the wedding or engagement party, it's an utter disaster. Ella runs out of the castle, out into the woods, and bumps into an org named Nate, who, when she was a child, made a pledge to him when she grew up she was going to marry him or something. So that. Dane's Mark by Laura Lee, the last book in the Breed series. It's shifters. This one's lion shifter, but there are wolf shifters, there are coyote shifters, there are different shifters, but Ruin and Rule, an MC romance. Romance. Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros, book 3 in the Empyrean series. 11/22/63 by Stephen King. And The Book of M by Ping Shepherd. So that's what I have in store for this month. So tell me something that you plan on reading this month, if you want to or not, that's fine. But I just thought, I don't suspect I will finish all of these books this month. I'm going to give it a good go, but at least I do have some romance in there. I don't really have any horror though, which is more my speed, but I did want some romance. So I have one, well, zombies kind of horror. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 romance, a couple thrillers, 1 philosophical. This, I don't know if this is necessarily horror, like horror fiction. I'm not sure. So anyways, I got a nice little mishmash, but for now I'm going to say peace, love, and happiness today and every single day. Please like, share, and subscribe if you so choose, but if not, that's okay too. I still love you. I still want all the happiness in the world for each and every one of you out there. I certainly do. I really, really honest and truly do. Yes, I do. So, okay, guys, with that, I'm going to say have a good night. or have a good morning, and I will. See you next time.